Welcome to Beyond the Bounce with your hosts, Michai White,
And I'm Chris Rivers.
where we discuss everything from on-the-court brilliance to off-the-court strategy and potential impacts on the next level.
So come with us as we take a deeper dive into the dynamic world of basketball.
This is Beyond the Bounce, where the game goes beyond the court. Sponsored by KLH2O Alkaline Water.
And Crispy NYC. What up? Welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How you been?
I'm doing great. Before we get started, remind everybody where they can find you on IG.
At Money Michai on all social media platforms. Actually.
Okay. I only got a couple. I don't need to be in all 12 like you are. I just need a couple so people can find me. All right. We're about to jump into this episode, which is called Unconventional Routes to Hoop Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But before I ask you a few questions on that, name one hobby of yours that you think would shock people that you like to do.
Cooking. I like cooking a lot.
I mean, you just can't say, I like to cook without. What do you cook? Do you burn or do you just microwave? What do you do?
I like cook, like stove, grill. I do it all. Like I'll cook.
I hear a lot of describing, but I don't hear any food.
Salmon.
Okay.
Steak.
Okay.
Grilled chicken, chicken wings, pasta. Those are like the main, but.
Do you cook for your family?
Yeah. I'll make breakfast. I've made dinner multiple times too.
Okay. Do you shop for the groceries?
Nah, I don't do all that.
See.
Nah. Cause like when we go, I'd be like, it starts at just one store and one thing, and then I'll be outside for 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. So then it's
I
like,
get that. Thank God my wife does 98% of the shopping. Because when I go shopping, I'm the guy who just grabs stuff off the end counter. If it's on sale, I'm like, damn, Ruffles sound good today. And I haven't eaten Ruffles in 3 years.
Forgot all the priorities. Forgot everything needed. Just a bunch of snacks.
Okay, so
I think that's why my mom don't let me go.
I might start calling you Chef Kai.
Chef
But
Kai.
I got to taste the food. I can't be out here promoting that in your food trash.
Nah. I bet.
Okay. All right, we talk about today's topic, unconventional routes to hoop dreams. The reason why I want to discuss that is because everyone knows you're going to St. Benedict's next year, which is more of a traditional high school. But where you are right now at Student Athletes Academy is not a traditional middle school. Can you give us a little background on what makes it different, why you chose that route, and how's it working out for you?
Well, first, Student Athlete Academy is a basketball academy where it takes 4 core classes. The 4 core classes, ELA, math, social studies, and science.
Okay.
And it pairs it with 2 basketball classes, a strength and conditioning, and a speed and agility class. And the guy, Tariq Roberts, he got it from Europe. But the reason I picked there really is the love for the game. Since I love basketball so much, when it first happened after training with Tariq and I seen this, it was like, why not? I'm taking out the 4 core classes, and I'm about to go and develop my skills. It's like it gives me the edge up on everybody that nobody had at the time. In 2020, COVID was happening. Everybody was online.
Hold on. You started going to school there when?
2020.
What grade were you in?
6th, 5th, one of the two.
That was a big move.
Mm-hmm.
Were you nervous?
I don't really remember. I think I was a little bit. Well, actually, I remember my first day there. I knew one kid, Alex. He's at St. Joe's right now. He's hooping, but I knew one kid. I didn't know nobody. I was just there. I was 10, youngest kid there.
I assume you were the youngest kid there.
Bunch of like 15, 16-year-olds, 6'3", 6'4". They dunking. I was like 5'3".
All right, so let's back up. I mean, I appreciate it. First off, where is it? I mean, where is Student Athletes?
It's in Washington Township.
Okay, Washington. 4 core classes paired with 4 basketball development classes?
Yeah.
Give me what's a normal day like for you then?
I'll take you through Monday, actually. So get there, 8 o'clock, social studies for about an hour. Then I'll be on the court. Then I'll have court and strength. Then I'll have another class. I believe it's math. ELA. It's math. Have lunch. Then I'll go to court again. I'll have ELA. Then I'll have my speed and agility class, and that'll be the day.
And how many students attend?
About 60, 55.
Wow. I don't know Tariq super well, but I know he's a fantastic trainer. He's a gentleman. It's great to see that people like him have found other ways in our society now to create different paths. I think it's fantastic. Obviously, you're quite familiar with the Overtime Elite project down in Atlanta. They're in game that what I like about this, I've been in the game for, let's just say 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And 25 years ago, you could go to high school or you could go to a prep school in the Northeast. That's basically all you had.
Yeah.
So every couple of years, there's more options for kids to pursue their basketball dreams, their hoop dreams. And what I like about it most is no one kid learns the same. I've always told my kids, I tell anybody who will listen, that the traditional American academic system is not set up for everybody to be successful. So we need to put kids in environments where they're going to be able to be taught and learn the way that they need to learn. If they have the ability to play basketball, and those two can complement together, even better.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a little bit more about Student Athletes Academy and how have you grown as a person since you were the youngest kid there 4 years ago?
The academy, it really helped me mature fast. When you 10 and you around 15-year-old kids all day, it's like it's a topic of discussion. You can mature off that, but just being around the kids and coming from a 10-year-old, a little childish, and they 15, they mature, they locked in. It's like I gotta match that, because if I don't match that, I'm gonna look like the odd one out.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, once I caught on and I got with the program, it didn't take me that long, but I ended up maturing way faster than normal.
So that's some good examples on what you've learned being a Student Athlete Academy.
Yeah.
But looking down the line, next 3 or 4 years of high school and even beyond, how do you think this unconventional path that you've chosen will help shape you as a person?
Well, as a person or as a player?
I think both, because I hope you're evolving more than just a basketball player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, at the academy, we learn a lot of lessons, like a lot of just life lessons in general. Like we've learned, I don't know how many lessons, but there's so many life lessons I've took away from Coach Tariq and Michelle, Mr. Facey, all my teachers, Mrs. Robinson's. I just like the life lessons there. It really shapes you. And then when you're out in that real world and you really got to go through it, it's like, oh, I seen this at the academy. I know how to handle this. But on the court wise, just being the best, like the skills so sharp, having that ball in your hand and you shooting, you working on your shot, your finishes, your ball handling, and then mentally, like your IQ, like the IQ part of the game is a big part of the game, and that's what really separates the good from the great. And just to have that IQ, learning that from Tariq, to have that IQ, and even off the court mentally, like how to deal with things. Like there's times NBA players have, or pro players, college players have down moments in their life. It happens with everybody's life, and they really taught us from personal experiences, and they brought in a lot of people that have went through it and went through stuff like that, teaching us. So that really shapes us like that.
Michai, you just gave me some good background that I didn't know about Student Athlete Academy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was fortunate enough to be there for the Athletes Advantage NIL Pitch Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the panel, if you didn't remember.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learned something. And I met some of your classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Very informative, very sharp. The boys, the girls, really driven, really focused. But I want to know, who's your favorite person to battle during workouts? Like, who do you like to just go at? Because I met a lot of your teammates.
My guy Malik, that's my best friend. We really got close over the summer, but that's my best friend. He reminds me of me almost. Like he's super competitive. He gonna go at you. He gonna talk smack. He gonna throw the ball at you. He gonna foul. He gonna play hard. So he's probably the best person to be around, just of his mentality alone and how hard he gonna go. His mentality is to kill everybody.
Give me one more person.
I can give you a lot of people actually. I can't just limit this to one person.
Okay, well, give me two more.
My boy Brandon, he go mad hard. He playing hard. He moving around too. He don't get tired. He just moving. I would also say my boy CP. Yeah, all of them just really play hard and they gonna go at you and they're really good.
So that environment, you got great training, you got great discipline, you got structure. Have you heard the phrase "iron sharpens iron"?
Exactly that. That's the exact thing in the academy. Iron sharpens iron. Going at that person and going at those skilled kids every day. There's multiple of them. J. Lou, Sean, all of them. Just going at them every day. And you got to come with your A game because there's going to be a day it's going to happen. You're going to get killed. So, like, going at them every day and always being on your A game, it prepares you for the outside world.
Sounds like all that work and competition gives you a good opportunity to update your hydration.
Shout out KL. Shout out KLH2O, man.
Got to get it in. All right, we're going to wrap up this episode, but we got to do our Beyond the Bounce.
I got it for you today.
Okay.
All right. Beyond the bounce question of the day. Let's say I go pro.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Okay.
That's the plan. What's one obstacle I should avoid to stay out of trouble?
Wow. I heard the question. I'm thinking about people I know who had obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, I think never losing confidence.
Mm-hmm.
What people don't see from the outside is when people make the NBA, getting drafted is fantastic. It's incredible moments for those families.
Yeah.
But that next day at 8:00, when you got to fly to Minnesota, or fly to Toronto, fly to Sacramento, fly to Indianapolis, your whole career starts over. It's all gravy. It's all fun and games right then. Summer league, you can go out and cook, but sooner or later, for most people drafted, let's just talk first rounders. There's 30 picks, 30 first rounders.
Yeah.
On average, 20 of them are going to spend some time in the G League.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And how do those players going to deal with that when someone tells you for the first time, probably the first time in your career, because it didn't happen in middle school, didn't happen in high school, probably didn't happen very long in college, that you're not good enough to play right now at this level and you need to go work on your game.
That's tough.
So having a team around you that reminds you of who you are and not losing confidence in what you're doing and what you're able to do, I think is critical.
That's tough.
Because it happens. And when people start losing confidence, they start picking up habits to make themselves feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's drinking, whether it's smoking, whether it's relationships, whether it's other stuff, whether it's staying up all night, whether it's eating. All those things are real.
So it becomes like a rabbit hole almost. One
Becomes a
bad
rabbit
thing
hole.
becomes the next and it just piles on.
Yes, because it's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Never played in the NBA. If you didn't know that, I did not play in the league. But I've been around guys in the league a lot. Been fortunate enough to be around some of the best. I watched Derrick Rose go through his routine in the summer. His routine is incredibly different from what Damian Lillard did. Damian's routine is completely different from what James Harden did. Completely different from what Dwight Howard did. But everyone had their own routine. But number one thing those guys never did, they never lost confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you can always do that, even as your journey started at St. Benedict's.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, you got plans to go in and play, compete for a starting position or start or whatever. But there's going to be some times you might shoot 2 for 9, shoot 2 for 10, might go 0 for 12.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember all this work you've been putting in so many years of your life to get yourself to this point.
Yeah.
That if you can just train yourself to not lose confidence at this level, and no matter what happens going forward, I think that's going to give you an advantage. Because some people are not going to know what happens. I know we talked about adversity in the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are not preparing for that adversity. And losing confidence is something that you can prepare for and kind of just expect it to have the chance to lose it, but be prepared and go, I know who I am. Coach not giving me any time right now. I need to go do this. And I always tell people, these guys are getting paid. I would love to go to work and someone say, I need you to work in your game, but you're still getting paid a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all about the money, but at least you can sleep better at night.
Mm-hmm. True. That's valuable right there.
I appreciate it. You got any more questions for me?
That's it.
Reminding people where they can follow you again.
Money Michai, all social media platforms.
All right. I'm at the Real C Rivers. Oh, before we go, how can I get one?
This?
Yes.
www.crispy-nyc.com. Use code Michai for 15% off your order. You can get fly like me.
I'm going to hit Chris P up right now. He should have sent me a suit too. Appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right. Remember, what makes us different is we're coming from two different dynamic perspectives. You got young Money Michai here, who's one of the top rising freshman point guards in the country. And then you got me. I've seen a little bit of everything in my 25 years in the business, and we're going to mix those two together to give you a new, fresh perspective every week.
Stay in the game for more in-depth discussions and insights into the future of the game of basketball.
Michai, tell all the fans where they can follow you at.
You can follow me at Money Michai on all social media platforms.
And feel free to check me out on Instagram at The Real C Rivers and on my website at Chris Rivers Rap. That's RAPP.com.
Big shout out to our sponsors, KLH2O Alkaline Water. Upgrade your hydration. You can get yours at www.klh2oalkaline.com. And you know I always got to keep my faith. Use code Michai on their website, www.crispy-nyc.com for 15% off your order.
Now, thank y'all for balling with us on Beyond the Bounce.